Hi, Skint Flynn here. I'm 65 years old. I've been riding motorcycles for 47 years. I've owned over 35 motorcycles, 14 of which have been Triumphs. So this is my 2023 Triumph T100, which I bought a year old with a mere, let's have a look, 629 miles on it at the moment, so it's slightly overdue for its first service, which I'm about to do. Turn those indicators off. Now, I see in other videos that people complain about the accessibility of these oil filters and how difficult it is to get them off, so this is my take on it. I'm just going to use the Jubilee clip. Start again. I think it'd also be a good idea to use a piece of rubber behind the Jubilee clip just to give it some purchase. Now we've got our Jubilee clip screwed up nice and tight on the filter. I've put it near the bottom of the filter because that's where the flat plates are. They'll give it more purchase. So what I've decided to use is a big what do you call these? Zip tie. I can't think of the word. Right, I'm going to use a zip tie, but you could equally use a bit of string, and the idea is you pull, wow, I need to put my knee against the bike, until it turns, and it's starting to turn. Wow, this is tight. They're only supposed to be hand tight. Yeah, now it's starting to come off. There we are. So that's fine. So I'm just going to break the seal on that. I don't want oil all over the camera, because you'll have a face full of oil. There we are, that's broken the seal on that. Now then, this container's already got some oil in it from another job that I'm doing. We're getting close to an handful of oil here. Right, hang on. Comes a long plug, here we go. And out comes the oil. And it's looking pretty clean as well. Which you'd expect on a new engine, but of course it will be full of impurities. So that's draining. I'll put the plug on the side for a moment. The crush washer is actually left on the bottom of the sump, so that'll come off. I've ordered a new filter. Ordered 4 litres of castor oil, the correct oil for it. It's a Triumph filter I've ordered, but if it wasn't its first service, or if it wasn't a warranty job, in other words to maintain the warranty, I would have used a K&N filter because it's got the better means of unscrewing it. So here we are again. I'm just starting the phase 2 of the oil change. Here's the new filter, and as you can see, sellotaped on top is a nice shiny new crush washer. So let's put you back under the bike to see what happens. So the bike has been draining for a couple of days, so there should be no oil left in it, which is nice. Where's that filter? Don't want any oil dripping on the... Let's get the filter off. That's the old filter coming off. I need to make sure that the washer is on the top rather than stuck to the engine. Now, the next thing we need to do is pre-fill the oil filter, the new filter, with oil. So there's the oil. Whoops. Nice shiny, where are we? 4 litres of Castrol Power Racing 1040 40 as recommended by Triumph. So let's stand that over there so we can see what's going on. Open the box up. That's the box opened. Don't forget the crush washer from there. There is the new filter. We'll open the oil now. How do you get in there? Open the can up. Now, people tell you to pre-fill the oil filter, but to be honest, I don't think there's any need, but I'll do it anyway, because I think, I may be wrong. Oops, there we are, that's enough. I think the oil, or the oil filter, is on the return side of the pump anyway. So in other words, it's filtering oil that's been around the engine, not going to go around the engine. So oh, I think I'll get a cloth. Let's put you back to there. Got a good view of the engine there. Yep. Let's get a cloth and give that engine a wipe. There we are, no oil left there. Keep that clean. I see up there. Be sure that's nice and clear. Yep, that's fine. And the sump plug are clean as well. Here we are. Now then, I'll just stick my finger in the oil that's in the filter and smear some around the washer. And the reason for that is so that the washer doesn't stick. Here we are. You put a drop of oil around the rubber washer. That on? Yeah, I can let go now. You put a drop of oil around the rubber washer so that the washer will slip against the crankcase and not twist itself up, thereby making a poor seal. So that's the washer done. Now where's that box for the... I'm not sure if I showed you earlier, but just to avoid using the key when there's no oil in the engine, there's a perfect spot. Keep your drain plug. Back under there. Take the old plug off. I've got to say, the old plug looks perfect. I'll use a new one, but I'll keep that. Should I keep it? Doesn't look any different. There's certainly no damage to it. Right, there we are. Now, I have heard tell that some of these Triumph engines had a sump plug. Ooh, I'm locking myself in the garage. I have heard tell that some of these engines had a sump plug that was an 8mm key. That went in, but beneath it was a T50 Torx head, but this one certainly isn't. There's an 8mm key there. I'm going to tighten that up by hand. That's an 8mm key. I'll just nip it up. Now it'll need torquing, and I think I won't torque it now. I think it's 25 Newton meters, is it? newtons or whatever, but I'll check that and do it with my torque wrench later. But first things first, let's tighten up the oil filter with that Jubilee clip. Right, so the next job, bearing in mind we'll be turning this the other way now, is put that on there like so. That should just about go on. There we are. Bring it to there. Undo that. Right, tighten up the Jubilee clip. Now to tighten, I've got to go around the other side and pull from the other direction. I'll give that a shot. The wind is blowing and it's raining heavy outside. So we want to pull that now in this direction to tighten it up. And I think we're going to have to tighten it more than that. So that'll have to come off. It'll come off, be slackened. Slacken that down a bit. There we are. So that's the filter on, the plug in, but not torqued down. I'm going to fill the oil now and then find out. I want to double check what the torque wrench setting is. My torque wrench, I think, is an old Imperial one, so it may not be, it may need converting from newtons to pounds foot. 25 sticks in my mind, but I'm not sure whether it's newtons or newton meters. So I like to use a glass jar because you can put it in the dishwasher once you've drained it and give it a wipe, and then you know it's clean. It can go away then until you need it to make gravy or custard or whatever. So that's 1/2 a litre. Now this takes 3.5 litres, so what I intend to do is put we'll put 3 litres in, because remember we primed the oil filter. And make sure your funnel is clean as well before you start. I give that a wipe and put. And this engine has stood draining for over 24 hours. In fact, it's nearer 48 hours. I think it was 48 hours. So I'm pretty sure there wouldn't have been any residual oil left inside. 2.5. Right. 3 litres. But it's halfway up the window, which will do for me. Put that back in there. Put the plug back in. Now this plug, when I took it off, I noticed that the O-ring was loose on the engine, which I don't think is very good. It would be very easy to lose that. Anyway, well, done that up. I still haven't torqued the plug up, but it's plenty tight enough not to fall out while I'm doing this. Yeah, we'll take the plug caps off, and that will allow the oil to circulate around the engine a bit before she fires. Oh, I know, I usually get the plug caps off, isn't it? Oh, you better. Yeah. Right, so let's turn the engine on a little bit. plug caps back on. Which is not that easy to do with the tank on, believe it or not. There we go. Then will you sit there tidy now? Yeah. Press the clutch. Turn that off, take the key out, and we'll leave it 5 minutes and we'll check the oil again. Put that back down there. Bear in mind that I've got to come back and torque up the sump plug, but before I do that I've got to check on what the torque setting should be, and I'll publish that on the in writing on the video when I put it on YouTube.